Hey everybody, John Huber here. Talk to you a little bit about this press conference from yesterday with the governor and the state superintendent of schools, who had her little spot in the press conference and said really a whole lot of nothing. And in my opinion, her saying a whole lot of nothing really said a whole lot of something. Uh, what I mean by that is I fully expected her to come out and issue some type of state level blanket, directive, order, guidelines, whatnot. But she didn't. So what she did was she reemphasized what was already there, which clearly indicated to everybody that the state is not going to be in a position of telling the entire state, telling all the local school systems what they are going to do. They are clearly trying to return the autonomy back to the school systems, to the local school systems. And the reason is because their needs are very, very different. The central counties, Baltimore City, Baltimore County, Anne Arundel, Hartford, Howard, etc., all the ones in the center, and the ones who had the most cases of the COVID-19 have all pretty much said that they are going completely virtually online, which is interesting because that was not really one of the options in the state guidelines that they put out. However, the guidelines were pretty loose, and it was just that. They were guidelines about what they expected from them and what these plans needed to include. This is where the interesting part to me comes. None of the outlying counties have said anything yet. I'm talking about Carroll County, which isn't that far out, but I mean, I'm talking about, Garrett County, Allegheny County, Frederick County. They're kind of still debating. On the other side, Worcester County and Somerset County down on the Eastern Shore, they're kind of in the middle, and they really haven't said one way or the other. So it's interesting to me. I think they're feeling the pressure to come back with some type of a hybrid system, a rotating day, an A week, B week kind of thing. And I think they're just a little reluctant to do that. And it will be interesting to see who wants to be the first one to try it. Because as soon as it happens, it's going to be big news. Because half of the people are going to be cheering, and the other half are going to be yelling and screaming. It's a very difficult situation for any of these school systems to be in. The center counties who determined that they're going to open virtually online, I think the reason that they clearly did this is because the guidelines that they sent out are almost impossible to enforce. There's no way they're going to be able to create some type of an opening that facilitate all these guidelines. In particular, there's two that stand out to me. One is transportation. There is a critical shortage of bus drivers anyway. Much less there was some, based on some of the surveys, there would some estimate as much as high as 20% of the personnel, both teachers and professionals, would probably refuse to come to work if the counties were to open. So they're really stuck there. The other thing is requiring face mask coverings in schools. That is a whole nother topic, and I can tell you it's going to be a problem. What are you going to do when that first kid comes through the door? And there will be, take my word for it, when that first kid comes through the door and says, I'm not wearing a mask. What are you going to do, right? You're going to send him to the office. You're going to send him home. It's a problem. And there are so many angles to that problem that I think the school systems are just like, we're going to go online and cross our fingers for a vaccine. So it's a complicated issue. It's a very difficult situation. There's no right and wrong answer. And the last point I want to make is it is creating a real problem for childcare. Because they, according to the systems who are sending out these plans, it's not like it was in the spring where they had a what they call asynchronous activities, where they kind of post assignments and the kids kind of do them on their own. It's not like that. This is what they call synchronous. They all have a synchronous component where, according to them, attendance will be taken. I don't know how they plan on doing that, what they're planning on doing about it. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting. It's a difficult situation. Each county has its own very long, detailed plan. I wish them luck. You might want to consider homeschooling. Now probably wouldn't be a bad time to do it. So think about that. Homeschooling in Maryland is not as complicated as you may think, but it's not for everybody either. So there you have it. She said a whole lot of nothing, but by her saying a whole lot of nothing, it really said a lot of something. Each of the counties is definitely going to have to figure this out on their own, and I think the outlying counties kind of want to come in with some type of hybrid plan, but I think that they're a little hesitant to do so. That's my take. Anyway, I'll talk to you some other time soon. Have a great day.